and get some points on the board. For Sydney FC, they are winless in their last 5 games, and they haven't scored in any of those fixtures either. Today, if they are unable to score, they'll become the only team to have not scored in 6 consecutive games throughout the competition. And for the Newcastle Jets, winless in their last four games in this competition. They've really struggled in front of goal as well. They've also struggled to stop letting goals go into the back of their net. And we'll look at the fixtures coming up. Newcastle Jets, again, they're going to be playing on Friday night at 4:50 against Melbourne City. A big game, but it'll be their 3rd game in just 7 days. Western Sydney Wanderers will take on the Brisbane Roar on the Friday night as well. Adelaide taking on Melbourne Victory, Canberra, Wellington Phoenix, and to close out the round, Central Coast Mariners taking on Perth Glory. As we get set for players to make their way out onto Leichhardt Oval. Sydney FC, we're here against Adelaide. Couldn't score in that 0-0 draw. But this is a fixture historically that Sydney FC have done really well in. They went 11 games unbeaten against Newcastle before. Newcastle have won the last 2. So, fixture that used to be able to bank points. Newcastle have turned that form around in recent years. As we see the Cove, as always, out there supporting their Sydney FC girls. With serious but relaxed faces. A big evening of football awaits for these teams. Some key changes in both squads, some players unavailable, particularly for Sydney FC. Sarah Hunter, captain of this team this season. All smiles. It's a sign of a relaxed locker room despite what's going in the league table. But for Sydney FC, they're only making 1 change to the starting 11 from last week. American Jodie Ukekel will leave the matchday squad and is replaced by fellow American Riley Tanner up top. And then Laurianne Moyes, she also comes into the matchday squad after not being included. She sits alongside Maddie Yason and Amber Luchtmeyer. Here is Sarah Hunter. She has a lot of weight on her shoulders in terms of being the captain of this team. That's a lot of new faces who haven't been around that Sydney FC culture that's so used to winning. She's a premiership player. She's been so successful. Can she motivate this team to regain the form that we've been so used to seeing Sydney FC achieve throughout their time in this competition? And for the Newcastle Jets, there are 7 changes to their starting 11. Josie Wilson, India Bryant, and Hayley Johnson all come in after not being included in the matchday squad last week. Cass Davis, Melina Reyes, Lauren Allen, and Josie Allen, they all get the nod to start after coming off the bench last week. So a lot of changes for Stephen Hoyle's team this week. But a really strong bench as well. Got Libby Copus-Brown available to them, as well as Emma Dundas. But a player who will be starting this afternoon, who is so formidable when she is at her best, is Melina Ayres. 2 goals so far this season. She hasn't scored in the last 4 games. And as I mentioned, those are the 4 games that Newcastle haven't won. Can she get herself back on the score sheet this evening against an opponent which she's had a lot of success against in the past? I'd say Juric, head coach of Sydney FC, he's been at the helm of one of the most successful clubs in the Ninja A-League. He's probably unfamiliar last season, obviously got a taste with how disappointing their season has been, but this year came with a lot of hope, and they've really, really struggled. Can they kick-start and find their way back into the finals race? Our referee this afternoon, Izzy Cooper. Assistant referees, Delphina Shakespeare and Vicky Clark, and our 4th official, Isabella Mawson. Stephen Hoyle, he's looking relaxed for the most part. 3 wins in his first 5 games in charge of the Newcastle Jets, but it's been a disappointing slide down the league table ever since then. They really need to find some of that structure that got them to that really impressive start. But it's those tendencies that we've seen in past seasons starting to kick in for Newcastle they need to avoid. Bianca Galich making the move in the off-season from the Central Coast Mariners to Sydney FC. Started really well, got a goal, but she needs to bring some of that championship mentality to Sydney FC, and we are underway at Leichhardt Oval. Newcastle Jets getting us going. Immediately giving possession away Pearson. It's all about starting well in this fixture. Finding some consistency. Two teams, when they're looking at each other, will feel like they can get the win. There's a good run by Tumeth. Cuts it back across, and this early shot along the ground, blocked away. Sophie Hoban chasing the ball down. Despite all the recent struggles for Newcastle, Sophie Hoban has been a really impressive young player in this squad. She moves so much, always constantly looking to get the ball forward. Was praised by captain Cass Davis a few weeks ago. Can she spark some life into this Newcastle team? As that ball goes out for an early goal kick. Elite first season with the Jets. Shot. Can't find a Newcastle shirt, but one back by Ayres. And Josie Allen immediately fouled. Pryor trying to work their way through. Cut out. Right. Sydney FC. Runners through the middle, and cross never really looked that promising, but the full back out to Hannah Lowry. High, beautiful delivery, but just didn't have anyone attacking the ball. There's a throw to Hannah Lowry. She's really good playing the ball with her feet. Tanner. Deflected out for a throw-in. Lowry trying to find a little bit of space. Needs to go back to Tanner. Gallage will stay down this end. It'll be another Sydney FC throw-in. Lemon. Lowry able to get the header away, but Leet will collect and allow Newcastle to reset. Pryor. Leet is trying to get some distance from her own goal. It's a cheap foul given away by Bianca Gallage. Look at that. Light contact, but it was there. Right in front of referee Izzy Cooper, so easy decision to make. I was going to take it, but now Leet. And lack of communication there between two Newcastle players, and Lauren Allen and Josie Wilson. So a lot of long balls so far in this game. That's in steady possession. Davis cleared it, but to no one in particular. Pearson. Fenton. Saw the vision there from Sarah Hunter, but there's nobody in that space where the ball went. Leet. Once again going long. And collision in the middle of the park. CSC first to recover. This is a chance. And dealt with in the end by India Breyer. To deny Sky Helmrich. Wilson turning herself into trouble. Picked off by Hunter and then fouled by Josie Wilson. Tries to the scene quickly, but referee Izzy Cooper certainly wants to have a word. Just worked herself into a little bit of trouble and then panicked, and absolutely that's going to hurt. Lucky to not get a card in that situation. Maybe it helps with how early we are into this contest, but referee Izzy Cooper is certainly going to be keeping a watchful eye on the challenges from Josie Wilson for the rest of the game. Hunter. She picked out a teammate. Lets the go along the ground, and that's easy pickings for Cass Davis. So it will be a corner for Sydney FC. Seen that a few times from Sydney FC. Instead of going through the air, they're going across the ground. Cut off by Newcastle players. Hunter. High delivery and then headed on goalwards. Can they get a second strike away? They can't. It was a good ball. Got it on target, but just so far out, couldn't generate the power to go past. But that's more of what you want to see if you're a Sydney FC fan. Hunter. Tanner was offside. Good delivery from Sarah Hunter. And was headed on. Just lucky enough for Newcastle. They had a player on the line to block that shot away. It's a promising sign for Sydney FC. Have to find ways of generating a goal, generating opportunities. Wilson able to bring it down, but Tanner applying the pressure. Ball asking a lot of Casa. Doing well as Ruben. He left a little bit in there for a challenge against Tanner. Slight confusion about where this free kick has been taken. Finally, the play going again. Pearson, Lowry, found a little bit of space they can work it to. And Abby Lemon with the poor touch. Did well just to shield the ball as it went out of play. Yes, not able to regain possession. Galich out to Casa and straight to the feet of Claudia Chico. They win it back high. Newcastle just looking a little bit rattled to start this game. It's been a lot of Sydney FC. As that ball's a little bit short and dangerous, but that makes matters even worse. Sarah Hunter giving away a free kick. And charging in was Hayley Johnson. Ball headed down and kicked, cleared away by Casa. I believe the Houston Dash, NWSL. It's going to stay with Newcastle. Hoban trying to turn, can't find the angle. Cheaply given away. Holmrick tries to clear along, but will only go as far as Claudia Chico. Johnson lost track of the ball. Tumeth. Fades one. Lowry now. Lashed by two. Giving the ball away. There's a run from Lauren Al on the right-hand side, but a timely deflection from Sydney FC. Davis maybe just got a little piece, but referee Cooper not deeming it to be enough. But second action looks perfectly okay in the end. Wilson wanting to get a go quick, getting going quickly. Allen, Wilson, Hoban took a touch and immediately put under pressure. Josie Allen turning the corner, finding her captain, Cass Davis. Cleared, but it'll come back. It's cross deflected. There's Johnson around the area. Cass Davis launches from a long way. Wide of goal. Certainly seeing Cass Davis being able to score those kinds of chances from a long way out. Johnson applied the pressure, got Lowry out of the way, and then Davis with the shot. Wilson. Johnson got support in Allen and just needed someone's help, but just didn't have the awareness to know that Allen had ventured offside. Going long once again, finding Ayres, cutting it back across, too far for Allen the first time. Tried to get the shot away the second. Deflected out. Just slightly off that pass from Ayres to Allen. It was one of the first real opportunities that Newcastle have created cleanly. Hoban. Davis. Oh, and a long way to finding Heather Hinds. Lowry. Lemon. And Tanner left it behind, and definitely Sydney FC's throw-in. Trying to go quickly and try and get away with it, but Cooper couldn't be outsmarted that time. Wilson tried to get that clever flick away. Melina Reyes, sorry. Galich. A few times that Tori Tumeth has been left out on that right-hand side for Sydney FC, attacking-wise, and it's a long way to track from defence into attack. Not sure who else is supposed to be out there helping. They need somebody out there at all times. They look like Sydney FC on a regular basis. They want that to be their outlet pass. Just a few times they've been caught short. Lowry. Oh, stolen from her, but able to restabilise. And now Tanner in a footweight race with Wilson. Tanner gets the inside, able to cut back across. Can she find a teammate? It's Galich. And it's wide. A little bit of pace from Riley Tanner up against Josie Wilson. Able to just nudge her out of the way while her arm was being pulled, and then smart to find the pass, but just couldn't get her boot to wrap around that ball. Tumeth teeing up from a long way out, and that was very cool from Annalise. Just kicked it out of the air. There's Aaron Allen dragging Abby Lemon back. Just Tumeth hit it really well, but it's just catching practice for Annalise. Good shot so far in this game. Need more. Lowry. Only one sky blue shirt in the vicinity of the ball. Cass Davis, tenacious as ever. Collision of boots. Once again, Cass Davis going again. Gullich, clever pass. Holmerick. Finding some numbers on the edge of the box on occasion. As that effort's blocked. There's Josie Allen. Takes a heavy fall after Tori Tumeth just couldn't slow down her run. And losing the boot as well. It's very frustrating. Josie Allen, such an exciting young player for Newcastle so far this season without a goal. Only one assist to her name, but she is such a weapon on their left-hand side of attack. So quick, able to turn away from defenders, and that's poor though, putting her side in danger. Casa teeing up, Casa finding the net! Millie Casa punishing Newcastle. They gave possession away cheaply. She saw her opportunity and found the ball in the back of the net. And it's been a long time coming for Sydney FC. 5 games without a goal, and Millie Casa ends it right there. What a spectacular finish, but Josie Allen just played the ball straight into her feet. And a beautiful effort. And it's all smiles for the Sky Blue. A sense of relief for Sydney FC, finally getting on the score sheet. An important goal for Casa. First goal of the season. It's a great goal for Sydney FC. Imagine the morale of this team, needing it, not knowing that they're capable of finding an answer. Can they find another one? Trying to turn defence into attack very quickly. Hunter. Lowry. Cleared away, but they'll get another effort at it. Casa, goal scorer. Lowry. Pearson. Just taking their time. Sydney. Trying to keep control of this game. Wilson able to head it away, but not that far. Hoban. Now it's a question of Newcastle's character. Can they find themselves back into this game? Lemon. Tanner. Searching for options. And Tash Pryor says you can't have any of them. Trying to cut it across. Seen that from Sydney a few times. What they want to do, get it out wide, then find it back centrally. It's obviously not the way the goal came about, but it doesn't matter at all. Desperate need of it. Tanner looked offside and was. Lemon. There's Cass Davis. They find their own little spark. Newcastle, that ball looks a little long, and it is. Come back the other way. It's been a lot of Sydney FC in this game. Obviously leading a goal advantage, but 62% possession in this fixture so far. Newcastle have really struggled, although they are a team that want to play on the counter. They haven't created any real great counter-attacking opportunities in this game so far. So you can't have a mixture of not having any possession, but then not doing anything when you do get possession. You have to be better in all aspects of this game. There's plenty of time left in it, but you need to lift it. It really does feel like Sydney FC have come ready to win this fixture. Lemon. Chico was pulling his way to Leeds. Lowry, ambitious sort of strike. Youngster. Desperate to get on the score sheet this season, Hannah Lowry. 22 years of age and an ACL injury when she first got to Sydney FC. It's kind of derailed life at the Sky Blues. When she was at Perth Glory, such a great player, so dynamic, ability just to facilitate, get on the score sheet on occasion. Josie Allen, yes, continuing the run. To Matthew retiring the challenge. Wilson. Just a string of poor touches from Newcastle, and then giving away a free kick to make it even worse. Fenton. There's nobody there to receive that pass. A little bit of miscommunication from Sydney SC players. Stephen Hoyle's mind. Starting need a desperate spark in his first half. Been poor. It could get a little bit worse. Hunter. Out wide to the goal scorer in Casa. Allen able to clear. Ayres. Another heavy touch. Allen. Just able to block that effort. Davis. Wilson. Right idea. Just couldn't find the feet of Ayres. Tanner. Nice quick play from Sydney FC. It was a little short, but late. Clearing it, but it'll come back. This feels like a familiar pattern for Sydney FC in this game. Hoban couldn't get that clean pass away. Side to be doing a little bit more, particularly in Sydney's box where they have not touched the ball there. It's been very disappointing. This is about where it stops for Newcastle. Getting to the final third and they just can't get a clean pass away. 57% passing accuracy in this game, which is a tail of their season at times, particularly in this game. They just cannot get a clean touch away, and then the pass. Just a combination of errors and just building up back to that goal. And really Casa scored it. Josie Allen giving possession away, and then Casa just immediately pouncing on it. Lauren Allen, well defended, but it only falls to Johnson. Was able to keep it in and going straight into the hands of Hins. First few touches for Newcastle in the opposition box, and Lauren Allen, I don't know if she knew much about it. Might hurt tomorrow. It feels like that just got deflected off her face. Wilson. Falls nicely for Ayres! And just like that, one chance is all she needed. Melina Ayres. Ball fell perfectly for her. Off the post, into the net. Newcastle back on level terms. After all the time spent defending, one chance to their goal scorer in Melina Ayres, finding the net. That's all they needed for a shot inside of the box. So third goal of the season. They haven't won any of their last 4 fixtures, and she hasn't scored in any of them either. Can this be the turnaround for Newcastle? Those 3, or maybe it's 2. I'm not quite sure if that third gentleman is part of the Newcastle fan group today. Certainly be hoping can turn it around. It's disappointing for Sydney FC after all that dominance. How do they respond? Galich, that's a high, beautiful delivery. Casa just couldn't meet the ball at the right moment. And out of play. just too tall in the end. Strange 30 minutes of football. It's been all Sydney FC, all the possession. Newcastle got them in the lead. Felt right, felt like they deserved it for all of their effort. And then Newcastle with one chance and only less than a minute earlier getting their first touch in the opposition box. And not too long later, Melina Reyes finding herself on the score sheet, her third goal of the season. And we're all level here at Leichhardt Oval. Fenton. There's College. The effort, Leeds. Played that very, very awkwardly. It's worked out, but not sure if that was textbook. Lowry. Gallage. Tanner couldn't stay on her feet. Calls from the stands for a free kick, but Louisa Cooper's been letting a lot go in this game. Wilson to beat and a few numbers in the box. And a long way. Eventually finding the feet of Josie Allen. She's getting dragged back, but stays on her feet. Not sure if there was any real advantage in that, but there goes on. Davis. Allen. Working a long way and then eventually just ran into an immovable object in Abby Lemon. Pearson. Johnson. Josie Allen. Left-hand side. Johnson. Saw the run of Davis, but just couldn't find the feet. Garlich. Chico close behind. Rosie Wilson has just covered the space that Claudia Chico had just vacated for the moment. And they're under pressure once again, Newcastle. And did it once, this time setting up teammate Tanner. Holmrich surrounded and cleared. That wasn't the best defending, but they got it done, Newcastle. Lemon. First ball from Newcastle into the box, finding its way to Riley Tanner, and then just chaos. Able to get the cleaner shot away, and crisis averted for Newcastle. Ayres made things level. Can she find Lauren Allen? She can. It's bobbling all the way. But Tori Tumeth there to cover. Heather Hins putting her body on the line to deny Lauren Allen. Well-weighted pass from Melina Reyes, and then that's going to hurt. Just knees colliding as both went for the ball. Just slightly out of the reach of Lauren Allen. Wilson. Allen. Rosie Allen it was. Chico. Hands out wide. Getting the cross away, and then Allen. Couldn't keep it down. Well defended, and then Allen just got a shot away, but wasn't really threatening. Up. Lemon able to get to the feet of Tanner. Tanner's done a great run, and then Sarah Hunter not able to get a shot away. Beautiful bit of football there from Riley Tanner to weave her way through a crowded area. But Sarah Hunter just not able to react quick enough to get a clean shot on goal. Wilson was just retreating, and then boom, able to just hit the gap between Chico and Wilson. And Hunter, frustrated, to get the shot away. It's a poor pass. There's Wool by herself. It's a run of Hayley Johnson. They're going to have to work a little bit of magic here, and that is not magical. That is not good. It's a wasted opportunity. Fenton. Holmerick. Anybody with that pass. Lots to discuss from both managers. Half-time. Newcastle able to bounce back. Sydney FC dominant with the ball. They've attempted more shots than in this first half alone in their season average of 10 shots. So that is the kind of statistic that's promising for a team that have really struggled in front of goal. You have to take shots if you want to find a goal. Allen to Wilson. He's being pounded by Riley Tanner, who's taken a heavy fall. It's been a stressful evening for Josie Wilson. Riley Tanner has caused her a lot of problems, and Tanner just heavy collision. Cass Davis and just putting her head on the ground. Hopefully she is okay. Davis. So pinball out there. Tanner being very active in this game. To Smith not able to get the pass away. Probing, trying to find an answer. A lot of one-on-one battles in this game. Hunter, clever, Casa, and over the head of Holmrich. Lemon able to recycle it, and Holmrich had just stopped running. Hoban. Lauren Allen. It's a dangerous pass. Tash Pryor. Wilson. Hoban. Neither of these sides find a spark. Another goal just before half-time. Will they be content with going in 1-1 at the break? Of space opening up for Josie Allen. Straight into the hands of Hinds. Allen just found a little bit of space she hasn't had in this game at all. Fair enough to take the shot. It was on target, but needed to be either side of the keeper. Tanner once again. Seen this battle a few times, cutting it across. Would love to have seen her just take on Josie Wilson. She's had some success. Found a slight angle. It's going to be an interesting battle in the second half, or will we see any tactical changes? Davis. Hoban. High ball, headed away by Fenton. Allen, there to be a disruptor, able to pick possession up high. Gets it again, and couldn't get it back to Josie Allen. Kirsty Fenton. Making the run out. Wants to play long, wants to play direct. Finds the feet of Tanner. Offside. The Sydney bench not pleased with that decision at all. Thought she was well onside. It's a great pass from Kirsty Fenton. Every opportunity, Sydney feel the weight of it, particularly with their recent struggles. How important that goal from Newcastle is for their morale. They're just sparking some life into this team. Ayres, can she work her way through the traffic? She can't. Kirsty Fenton came across to defend. Late. Ayres, Hoban, Wilson. This is better. Needed that pass to go a little bit quicker. Maybe to Josie Allen. They find Lauren Allen on the right-hand side. Wilson, Hoban. Fake. Larry away from her. Still they continuing. Pryor, long way up the pitch, and then it falls perfectly for Hayley Johnson, who couldn't get it past Hines. A great stop, excellent reaction from Hines. But Hayley Johnson will not want to see that chance again. Needed to find the net. Fell perfectly for her, but a great save to keep things all level for Sydney FC. As Tanner makes a late run. Holmrich, action from Anna Lee, and that 1 minute of added time to close out the opening 45, so close to it being Newcastle with an advantage at the break. Millie Cassar got the scoring underway before Melina Reyes levelled things up for Newcastle against the run of play slightly. But it is an important fixture for both these teams as they search for points to move up the Ninja A-League ladder. And at half-time, it is Sydney FC 1, Newcastle Jets 1. An interesting 45 minutes of action. This corner was a sign of things to come for Sydney FC. They were going to get shots away, they were going to get opportunities, and then Josie Allen gave them the biggest opportunity. Millie Cassar from a long way out, Anna Lee well off her line, but Josie Allen gave the ball away. Cassar had so much space, looked up, saw Lee off her line and made a quick decision to get her first ever goal in the competition. Really well done from the young player. And it just got a little bit chaotic at times in the box. And Melina Reyes thrives in chaos and found the back of the net for Newcastle Jets, who really needed it at this time. They'd struggled to get inside Sydney FC's box to cause any issues at all. Only less than a minute earlier, they got their first touch in the box, and then Ayres just needed one chance, one look at goal. This was a beautifully weighted pass, but Lauren Allen not able to get there in time to get a clean contact, and then took a heavy knock from Hines, and then right at the death, Hayley Johnson could not get it past to make things 2-1 just before the half. A great ball from Tash Pryor across. And Sydney FC, they had at one point 60% possession. That got less. Newcastle got more in the game. 10 shots. That's a really good sign if you're a Sydney FC fan. And the passing accuracy at 71. But all square at half-time. It'll be interesting second half of football here at Leichhardt Oval. We'll be right back after the break. And welcome back here to Leichhardt Oval. It's been an entertaining first half, 1-1 between Sydney FC and Newcastle Jets. And some of those players who have been helping Sydney FC are some of the new fresh faces to this Sydney FC squad. And we had a chance to sit down with three of their newest imports, Heather Hinds, Madison Asen and Laurie Ann Moyes, to talk all things potatoes.
We're playing the game Bluff, and I'm challenging the girls to see how many ways they can eat potatoes.
4,
5, 6,
7.
She's doing that little smile thing, but I think she's doing that to herself. Bluff?
Dang it!
30 seconds.
Okay, so you can just boil straight potatoes. You can chop them up, put them in there in the oven. That's chips, right? Then you can do fries. You can do mash. I didn't say that one. You can do waffle fries.
That's double.
Waffle
That's double.
fries? Okay.
That's double. That's crazy.
You can do
Uh-oh.
You can do oven baked, and then you put the bacon cheese in it.
What's that called though?
Bacon oven baked potato.
Yeah.
And then one more. Girl, you stressed me out.
Crisp, chips, smashed potato, smashed.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking.
What is it? Like
That you. Risata.
the thing.
I can say it all.
Gnocchi is potato.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about sweet potatoes being cooked, but I thought that would be like,
Yeah, y'all would not have let me slide with that one.
yeah. Well, you said fried and then waffle fries, so I mean.
That's a different type of fry, though. You go to a place that has curly fries, regular fries, and waffle fries, and you say, "Can I have fries?" They'll say, "Which type?" And then you'll say, "Oh, I would like."
What type of fries for the question, though?
Yes, because you can have all three. They have all three.
Can you cook a potato? I mean, you just put it in the oil and you take it out. That's only one type of cooking. No, I do think curly fries are different.
Wait, no. That wasn't the question, though.
Boiled, baked.
That's not the question, though. It wasn't. You know what? I give up. I've been wrong.
No, you just got really distracted for a winning strategy.
I don't want to play anymore.
We're very competitive.
Well, I have to say, I do agree with Laurie Ann Moyes. I thought she was a little bit robbed. I would have classified waffle fries. I mean, we are all set here for an entertaining second half here at Leichhardt Oval. But not too long away, we have the Women's Asian Cup here on home soil. A chance to, we're going to have a look at some of the goals from the first half. And here's 1-1 here. Newcastle able to get the scoring underway for Sydney FC. Able to punish the mistake from Josie Allen. And then saw the keeper off her line. A beautiful shot, really. Well weighted, able to get the height and then gets a dip just in time. It's a perfect strike for her first ever goal. That's one you like to look back on. And then chaos. Hoban, Johnson, and then Ayres to find the net. Great finish. Lauren Allen just seeing what will happen of it, and then Melina Ayres finding herself in the right place at the right time. That's the reaction they needed from Newcastle. There's curly fries there. I'm not sure if Laurie Ann Moyes had that in her category. I would have accepted it, but they seemed like there were some really harsh judges there. But it's going to be an entertaining time of football this coming March. Women's Asian Cup on home soil. A chance to see some of your favourite Matildas and some of the best talent all across Asia. You can catch it live and free on 10 and Paramount Plus.
Watch and learn.
Oh, I say it's incredible!
Welcome back. It's at Leichhardt Oval for the second half between Sydney FC and the Newcastle Jets. All square at the break. Sydney FC really started the better of the two sides, had a lot of possession, got the first goal, and then for about a 5-minute spell there, Newcastle able to just regain their footing in the game. Melina Reyes got all things level. An important goal in the context of the game for Newcastle, an important goal for Sydney FC in the context of their season. 5 games they had gone without one. Nina Casa, the goal scorer. Sydney who get things going for the second half. Everybody got out nice and quickly. And we can finally get going for the second 45 minutes. Newcastle won the last 2 meetings between these clubs. Can they continue to make it 3 in a row? Casa to Hunter. To Smith. To go down the line. Hunter surrounded and losing possession. Hoban. Didn't see a lot of her with possession in the first half. You know, she can be such a creative force for Newcastle when she is at her best. Can they find her a few more times in the second 45 minutes of action?
An option in the middle. Look.
Chico has to be mindful in this game. Sitting on 4 yellow cards so far this season. 5th would mean she'd miss the next game. It's been relatively quiet ever since she's been playing more as a centre-back for Newcastle as opposed to traditionally a full-back. Tanner able to win possession for the Sky Blues. Galich saw the run but couldn't find the pass. Late. Hoban. Casa got Lowry more centrally if she wants to go that way. Does go centrally, but Cass Davis able to deny that pass from getting any further. Casa, curling ball, headed away by Chico. Galich able to turn, got help if she needs it. Went for the shot, but Sky Holmrich just maybe saying, why not the pass to me? I was all by myself. Galich did really well to turn away from Wilson and then elected to go for the shot. She certainly earned the right, but maybe the better option would have been the pass. Good delivery, Tumeth near the area. Couldn't get the clean header away. Lowry. Back out to Hunter. Tumeth. Fenton. Chico Poor header. Straight to the feet of Tanner. Hunter left it behind. Now Tash Pryor. There's Chico. Clear. Pearson. Kassa. And deflected off Pryor. It's a long-range effort. They required a save from Lee. Didn't look like it was going to have a whole lot, but Sarah Hunter. Clean hit. Forced to save. Maybe practicing long-range efforts at training this week, Sydney FC. Everybody wants to get involved. Fenton. To Meth. Wilson. Lowry. Picking the passes they want. Sydney. Easily working the ball up the field. No real issues until then. Tash Pryor. Somebody put some pressure on these Sydney FC players, and now Pryor's a long way out of position. Galich. Tanner. Starting with a very familiar pattern we saw in the first half. Sydney FC with a lot of possession, manipulating the movements of Newcastle. That's a poor touch to just relieve some of that pressure for the Jets. Hoban was forced to ground and was fouled in the process. It's one of the easier calls that Izzy Cooper is going to have to make all game. Inviting ball. Brought down by Johnson. Can she get past Fenton? No, she can't. Hoban. A little bit of confusion with Cass Davis, but it falls to India Breyer. High, deep delivery. Hare's got her head to it. Lauren Allen trying to save it. Very tenacious. That's the kind of ball you want from India Breyer. Force the issue. See if somebody can make a moment. You got to get clean looks. Wilson just took Riley Tanner out. In the wars all game, Riley Tanner. Her and Josie Wilson just bumping, trying to get the best of each other. Hunter. Too physical from Hoban. Did get the ball, but then took out the legs of Sarah Hunter. Yes. play. Not sure what's happening, but Cass Davis just needed to retie her shoelaces. Not sure if she go for the bunny ears kind of option. Either way, need to be secure. Tumeth. Kassa across. Holmrich couldn't get the shot away. Lowry. Zana just drifting away. There's Holmrich. Looping a sort of effort. Comfortable for Leet. Kassa's done relatively well. Just couldn't get that first initial touch cleanly from Holmrich. Cass Davis got a new sort of taping on her boot. Not sure, does that mean that shoe tying can be a little looser? Who knows? Does not look comfortable. Lowry. Holmrich dragged down. It really is a miracle that there hasn't been a yellow card in this fixture yet. Tumeth. Of taping. Hopefully it's not a case of anything serious. I'm still intrigued. Did she go with the bunny ears option to tie her laces? Hayley Johnson got airs running through the middle. Well-timed challenge from Kirsty Fenton. Kirsty Fenton just able to cut across. It's a fairly routine sort of challenge. The young defender is really making her comeback this season after being out for so long with that ACL injury. It feels like it's a bad period of time for Sydney FC with the ACL injuries. They'd get a player and then somebody else would be out for the same injury. Obviously, Ini Dos Santos unavailable to them this season. She got injured the off-season, so hopefully comes back in great health. Such a young, exciting player in this competition. Cass Davis. Josie Allen. Pryor roaming, coming a midfielder it looks. Allen, love to see a burst of pace that we're so used to, but finding Johnson all by herself. And off the post. Looked like her window of opportunity to take a shot away was getting closed. Did get it away, but just hitting the post. How she found so much space is incredible. Two really good chances for her in this game. First one coming at the end of the first half, and that one was under a lot of pressure. We're going to see substitution, so it's going to be for Newcastle. We're going to see Hayley Johnson, that's the last we've seen of her for this game as Kelly Brown makes her way on. And then we'll see Alexis Collins come on. For, I believe, Josie Wilson. formation. Josie Wilson just going to take the long stroll around Leichhardt Oval. Let's get back with her team. Be Lemon. Dragged back, ball across, and it's been good with making sure everything coming in her direction aerially has been well dealt with. Hoban. Pryor. Davis, the game is opening up. Field is getting stretched. That's a beautiful pass for Ayres. Collins trying to bring it down. Cass Davis, now Hoban. This game is providing a lot of opportunity. And there is a lot of frustration from Sky Holmrich. Thought she was fouled by Claudia Chico, and as I mentioned, 4 yellow cards. Chico was sitting on 5th. She'll miss the next game. Hoban. Hoban. Davis. Collins. Everybody left her. She found Josie Allen, and another great save from Heather Hinds. She's been called upon in the last few minutes, and she has answered the call. And Lena Rares is the kind of pass she wants. And another great pass, this time for Josie Allen. And they have all been well out of the goal by Heather Hinds. And there is substitute for Sydney FC, Amber Luchtmeyer, coming on for Sky Holmrich. Newcastle starting to feel a little bit more confident in the final third. Remember, back to the first half, that was where their issues were in the final third. They could not find the right pass. Ball would get into that area and they immediately cough up possession. As this game has become more stretched, they've become more emboldened, and now Sydney FC. Casa got options in the middle, misses all of them. Kelly Brown. Collins, clever touch away. Got Ayres around, and Brown now holds her run. Back out to Collins. Can they work it more centrally? Dancing with the ball at her feet and then straight to Hinds. Sorry. Newcastle have been considerably better in this second half than what we saw in the first. But can they get a reward for it? Sydney's history of struggling with goals in recent weeks feels like if they could get a second, may just be enough. Harry looking for somebody to make themselves available. And eventually just easily to Anna Leeds. Brown easily dispatches of Lemon, but the ball would veered off course. coaching staff just being reminded of the rules in terms of how long the goalkeeper can have possession. Complaints that Annalita was holding it for longer than 10 seconds, didn't get play restarted. That's the kind of fine margins that Sydney are dealing with. Lemon. And that's it, work together there, Newcastle to deny her opportunity to get the pass away. Hunts up. Now Lowry. Tumeth. Casa. Ayres. Try to apply a little bit of pressure. Now Hoban. Kelly Brown. Back to Collins. It's been lively since coming on. Just couldn't get the ball away. Hoban. Brown. Benton able to clear. Cass Davis. Just couldn't replicate that pass we saw to Melina Reyes not too long ago. There's Cass Davis with that strapping around her heel. She did miss a game not too long ago with a heel injury, so would it be a re-aggravation of that injury? I know she is such an iron woman. There's so many games. She's battling through and has been of great help to Newcastle to re-find some momentum in this game. It was so long ago that Newcastle goal went into the net. Sydney FC, first goal in 5 games. It's been 6 games. Newcastle, since then, have had the better chances. Lutmeyer, just a little bit too much. That's an easy one. Just took the legs of Cass Davis out. Ayres tries the clever back heel, finds Collins. Can they find the next pass? They can, but it's a little far back. It's a long way back now. Pryor. Allen. Felt like Orion was coming on. Collins. He's done well since coming on. Pass. Just to no one in particular. Pearson. Tumeth. Casa. Need a spark now, Sydney FC. It's just flipped a little bit. They've only made one substitution. That's bringing on Amber Lutmeyer. Similar to their last game, only made one sub. I'd say trusting the players he has out there to find a solution for this team. Benton. Pass up. Gliding ball, but mess of it, Lauren Allen. Tanner, haven't seen her for a little while. Just stuck and preoccupied with trying to shield Lauren Allen. Forgot about the ball. Collins. Got Josie Allen. On the far side, she has to come centrally now. What will she do? She'll tee up for a strike, and that's probably been the easiest one for Hens all game. Seven on seven. Felt like Lauren Allen, Josie Allen just felt like she had to take the strike. There wasn't a lot of options either side of her. It was a bit of a cluster where her teammates were, and went for the strike, and easy pickings. Lowry. Galich. Now to make it a long way. So it's a good place to have a throw in. Hunter. Lowry. Galich. Less than 20 minutes left in this game. What can either side produce? These wins are hard to come by. Any chance you get to punish a team, particularly if you're Newcastle in this second half, where you've had the majority of chances, you have to put them away. If you're Sydney FC, where goals have been finding a needle in a haystack, have to do a great job of defending to ensure that one goal is enough, and a two is really the most if you're in this kind of form. Still as positive as ever. Trying to make an atmosphere. Trying to encourage this Sydney FC team. Experienced so much joy watching them in recent years, but the last two have certainly been a struggle. Now, Melina Reyes. Collins is making the run forward. Brown. Ayres. Ruby. Foul given just on the edge of the box. Willa Pearson getting the first yellow card of the game. Might feel just slightly a little bit unlucky with some of the challenges we've seen throughout this game that didn't warrant a yellow card, and that one, she actually, it's a fair call on reflection. Just a little bit late. The youngster, and it's Callie Brown. Former teammate Susan Fonson scoring from set pieces the other night. Is she feeling a little bit inspired? Will she go for goal by herself, or will she elect to set up a teammate? As Bianca Galich, not sure if she needs to be in the wall or away from it. Either way, she needs to find a spot. As Brown tees up and is always rising. That angle, that short of a distance, always quite difficult to get it to lift and then drop. She kind of just really went for a flat, just trying to drive through the ball and just could never keep it down. for Luchtmeyer and turning away.
Time, option.
Hoban got past one, couldn't get past the second, but didn't need to. Had Ayres in support. Cash Davis now out to Brown. Collins just got a little bit relaxed there from everybody. Sydney FC going to make another substitution. So Claire Corbett coming on to replace the goal scorer, Amelia Cassar. Corbett on for her second game of the season. 15 years of age. Sydney FC, so many really young players who are just starting their injury careers, tasked with trying to find a spark in this game. Newcastle high curling delivery, headed off the line. It's good delivery, missed everybody, but made its way on target to goal. And Sydney FC with numbers on the line. Hoban, Josie Allen trying to hug the touchline and get the cross away eventually, but Breyer got a great corner and handed away by Abby Lemon. Cass Davis saw an excellent pass to Ayres the first time. Just got a little bit static there. Pryor allowed it to bounce. Luchtmeyer assisting with the chase. Chico allowed the opportunity to be very physical with that challenge. Hunter able to bring it down. Got options. Corbett into the hands of Leet. Oh, inspire a little bit of confidence. There's two substitutions made, combined for that opportunity. Collins not giving up on the chase. Brown, seeing the two subs combine a few times that time. Brown too heavy with the touch. And Lydia Chico, now she's no longer playing fullback into the centre back. Hasn't had a chance to really show her pace, and she's ready for that moment. In the lineup just to show people she is one of the quickest players in the competition. Brown. Ayres tried to protect it to get the shot away. Searching, and now falls for Hoban. And eventually, the whistle is blown. Brown. Ayres and Fenton, so many times these two have battled. Ayres, which is a victory, and then they both kind of just took each other down. It's a little bit strange, maybe defender getting the benefit of the doubt, but Sophie Hoban is clean shot on goal. Not really sure that last decision. Confirmation there, Charlotte Lancaster coming on to replace Josie Allen, so taking change. And that's a dangerous challenge. Was it in the box? Indy Breyer, second name in the book, joins Willa Pearson. Let's have a look. How close was this? Just outside. That is a great call from Izzy Cooper. It was so close to being in the box. First glance did look like that, but just outside, and India Breyer would be putting a sigh of relief. I will say, based on where that call was initially, this might be a couple, maybe a metre off actual scene of the crime, but a free kick for Sydney FC. Hannah Lowry, she go for goal. That's what Lowry does. Just couldn't get it to stay down. It's a good shot. Leeds just gave it the complimentary jump to say, I saw it, but I didn't really need to do a whole lot. Collins. Hoban. Lancaster. Flicked it away. Ayres was waiting patiently. Chico. Really impressed with Alexis Collins since coming on. Made herself a threat. Breyer punched away by Hins. Brown. Collins. They're being a nuisance, Newcastle, in and around the box. Need to clear away the danger, Sydney, and eventually they do through Riley Tanner. As Lancaster just puts a shoulder bump in and gets her name in the book. Took a while to get the first yellow card in this game. We've had two very quick ones to make it a total of 3 so far in this game, but Charlotte Lancaster knew exactly what she was doing. Just a slight bump, and being in New South Wales, it does feel right. State of rugby league.
Good, Lexi, now go! Get a chance! Come on,
Lowry. And looked ominous for a moment. Cass Davis able to shield Bianca Galich away from any real clean contact. Defended by Cass Davis. Heading it away. Short corner. Bad pass. here, Chico. She's been right on the edge, and that is a yellow. And she will miss the next game for Newcastle. And she had it for a moment and then just so close, just could not keep on the right side of the line, and a dangerous position for Sydney to have another chance on goal. Chico, Raya, Lancaster making up a wall. Larry, not sure what to do, sits it up, and that delivery looked to somebody who was very unsure. Should I go for goal? Or should I set a teammate up? Might just work out for Sydney FC. They've got numbers forward and just wide. Bianca Galich. There was the slightest window. She could feed that ball through. Had the option to pass it. And just wide to keep this game level at Leichhardt Oval. Newcastle for a large period of this game, in the second half in particular, building the pressure against Sydney FC, getting the best chances on goal, but the last few minutes or so, Sydney FC trying so desperately to get an all-important win as Lee well off her line, clears it, but it will stay with Sydney FC. They're going to make a substitution as well. Madison Asen is going to come on to replace Riley Tanner, who's had to work extremely hard for no real reward in this game, but hard work in this game from Riley Tanner. I'm sure it won't go unnoticed from Ante. Absolutely been through battles all game. With Josie Wilson, and then the rest of the Newcastle defence. Collins thought she was being dragged down. Cass Davis. Brown got the head start. Can she find any one of her teammates? And that ball was not going to find anybody. Way too tall. Collins, she's done since coming on. Persisted. Lancaster. Asen. Able to deflect it into the Hinz's hands. Chico. Leeds. Wide, headed back by Tumeth. Mason. She may be one of the players we see in the Women's Asian Cup. Philippines national team. Brown. Didn't see Corbett coming. These 3 points would be so crucial for both these teams. Sydney FC sitting 10th, Newcastle 9th, both on 10 points. The goal difference significantly better for the Jets, -3 compared to -7. But right now, for instance, Brisbane Roar sitting 6th. They've only played 8 games so far, but they're on 13 points. Perth Glory played 10 games, they're only on 15, so there's not a big margin from getting from the bottom to the top or just around the middle pack. We'll have 3 minutes added on to close out this game. 3 minutes for these teams to put some pressure on the teams above to know they need to continue winning if they want to play in finals this season. Tumeth. So many chances in this game for both teams, particularly Newcastle. They just could not put away, but Charlotte Lancaster got Kelly Brown, Collins, and Ayres making the run, and what a shot! Charlotte Lancaster, the substitute. In extra time, what a thunderous effort to beat Hintz, who has been saving everything all game. That shot from a long, long way out. And what a way to get your second goal of the season. So important those 3 points could be if Newcastle are able to hold on. Charlotte Lancaster, what an effort. Fantastic. Newcastle subs have been lively. What a moment. So desperate for points and consistency, Newcastle. They had easier chances throughout this game, but it is the most difficult one that finds the net. It is truly a game of persistence, and that is a reward for all the work. And that's Paul's poked forward. Lancaster, can she get a second? Not that time. They have been called the box office Jets before. That felt very box office. Might just be enough. Collins trying to waste a little bit more time. 3 minutes is almost up. And Collins did more than enough, winning her side a corner. Brown. Hunter. Too long. Discretion of Izzy Cooper here. How much longer this game will go on for. Charlotte Lancaster proving to be the match winner for the Newcastle Jets. And it's 3 wins in a row against Sydney FC for the Newcastle Jets. The substitute, Charlotte Lancaster, claiming all 3 points for the Jets. For Sydney FC, they're not able to get the win, but they do get an all-important goal to end their run of games scoreless. And imagine Stephen Hoyle is very, very pleased with his side's ability to bounce back, particularly in the second half. They were poor in the first half, even though they head into the break level. Disappointing game in the end for Heather Hintz, who was so good for so long. But one effort, beautiful finish from Charlotte Lancaster means the game ends Sydney FC 1, Newcastle Jets 2. And it started really, really well for Sydney FC. They got reward for all of the pressure they'd mounted against Newcastle. Millie Cassar from a long way out, punishing the poor touch from Josie Allen. and finding Leeds off her line. And that's how it started for Sydney FC. It was all smiles. It was positive. The run of games without a goal had been ended, and then Melina Reyes said, I only need one chance on goal and I will find the back of the net. That's exactly what she did to beat Hinds just before halftime. Went into the break with a little bit of positivity from Newcastle's perspective. And then they certainly had to work in the second half. It didn't come easy. They were searching and probing. Lauren Allen almost making it 2-1 just before the break. They had to continue going. Dash Pryor with this great ball for Hayley Johnson. What a frustrating game in front of goal. She had so many great chances, but goalkeeper just kept denying her. And they continued to work. Newcastle, this was a great little bit of play on the touchline and then deflected away. Josie Allen, I don't know how Hayley Johnson found this much space. It was a good ball in and then off the post. This game stayed 1-1. And then searching. Bianca Gallage, she saw the window. She saw how much space Leeds had left on that side. Took her chance and just wide of goal. A little bit frustrating. And then Charlotte Lancaster with the biggest moment of the game. A thunderous strike from a long way out to beat Hinds, who had been saving everything. That ball was perfect. Don't know if she could have hit it any better. The substitute coming on to make an impact. And we take a look at how this game unfolded statistically. 50-50 possession, and it felt like that in the end. Round about the same amount of shots. Newcastle, 16 shots, 10 on target. That's what they wanted. Sydney FC, not as great, but all importantly, a 2-1 win. And there is a player who I imagine who is certainly pleased about this victory. It's been a long run of games without a win. Cass Davis, 2-1 win, and a late finish. Charlotte Lancaster, what a strike.
Yeah, amazing strike. I thought the subs were great today, coming on and making a real impact. And yeah, Charlotte does them at training all the time, so I'm really not surprised. But yeah, look, it's nice to get 3 points. It's been a hard few weeks, and yeah, you want the girls to be rewarded for things, and obviously the game on the weekend, I thought we could have got more out of that as well. So it's nice for the group to be rewarded with 3 points.
What does that kind of do? Obviously, it's simple to say a win, everybody's feeling good. But when you've been having kind of a slide and a run of games where it just has not been working out, what does it really do for the morale when you're set up for another game so close on Friday?
Yeah, obviously we've got a lot of games in the next couple of weeks. So halfway through now, and yeah, obviously we need to just focus on recovering first and then get ready for Friday. And that's why we've got the squad we've got, so everyone has a place and is able to do a job. And yeah, you could see that over the last 2 games. Just unfortunate to not get 6 points out of those 2 games.
I've got to ask, Cass, we saw that you got some taping around your boot. I know you missed a game with like a heel injury. Are you okay? Are you going to be ready for that game on Friday? I know it's a really quick turnaround.
Yeah, we'll see. Steve's just managing a few things with everyone, but it was just a floppy ankle when I tried to block a pass, so nothing to do with the heels. But yeah, they're going okay, just pushing through.
Fantastic. And you do play Melbourne City on Friday. Talk a little bit about that game. They are such a formidable side in this competition when they are at their best. How do you look to that game? What do you guys need to do well to get 3 points out of that game?
Yeah, look, they are a class team. That's why they're always at the top of the table, and they obviously like to play the ball around a lot. So, yeah, I think we've got to stop them from doing that. But obviously we need to recover first to make sure everyone's bodies are right, and yeah, the coaching staff to pick a team that's going to suit to play against Melbourne City with all these games. So, yeah, I think we just go back to the drawing board, recover, look at what the coaches have for us for Friday, and just prepare our bodies well enough that we can, yeah, physically get out there.
Well, Cass, thank you. Congratulations on all 3 points, and hopefully the floppy ankle feels better.
Thank you.
was an important victory here for Newcastle Jets. They'll play Melbourne City on Friday. And it's Melina Reyes. And got some big games on the weekend. And here is Narlene Masto to preview.
Melbourne City return to Amy Park in the Ninja A-League on Friday afternoon. Newcastle Jets come to Melbourne hoping to beat City for the first time ever. City start the round top of the league, and a win here will guarantee they stay top for another weekend.
Great goal. Just like that, City make you pay.
Matilda's forward Holly McNamara has been pushed into second position on the Golden Boot standings with 7 goals and will be looking to regain top spot. This match is the first in a doubleheader and will be followed by the Isuzu Ute A-League men's contest between Melbourne City and Auckland FC. Buy your tickets now from the A-League's website. Junior tickets aged 4 to 14 start from $25, concession from $30 and adult from $35. Watch the action live on Paramount Plus or stream free on 10. News, analysis and reaction on Dubzone, the Ninja A-League's dedicated discussion show. Watch Dubzone every Wednesday on the A-League's website, app and YouTube channel.
And standing by to chat to us, Sydney FC's goalkeeper Heather Hinds. Heather, a tough evening of football. You guys were in it for so long. What did you make of that game?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had some moments. A little bit unfortunate on some. I think we could have gotten in, but it's just an unfortunate game. We've been playing better lately. You can definitely see we're trying to play out, trying to play some football, but just an unfortunate result. Have 2 great shots, honestly. Hitting the post and going in is a bit of a dagger to the heart, but good on them for taking their opportunities.
It felt like, though, speaking of those, kind of the positive moments for this team, and you got the reward, scoring a goal. I know how many games it's been without scoring. How does that do to the morale of this team to finally get one on the board?
Yeah, no, it definitely helps. We do have goal scorers. We just, we've got to start getting a little bit more consistent with it. Obviously, we can't win games without goals, so it's nice to get one out there today, but hoping that for these next few games we'll get a lot more.
Something that was really consistent. I know, obviously, you spoke about those 2 goals going in, but you were excellent for large portions of this game and some big saves. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and just your ability to find yourself in the right spot at the right time to make some of those crucial saves?
Yeah, I mean, as you see, my back line, even though we didn't get the result today, they'll throw their body on the line anytime. So when I see a ball coming through, you best believe I'm going to run through it like a bull going through a wall. A lot of the times, my favorite thing has always been breakaways. I love the spread, if you will. So anytime I get to come out and be brave for my team, I love to take that opportunity. They save my butt 90% of the time, so when it's my moment, I like to show up and do what I can do.
Well, you were certainly showing up in big moments in this game. I wonder for you, obviously this is your first year at Sydney FC and you got Ante Juric as a coach. What is Ante saying to this team to kind of keep you guys motivated, to stay locked in? We know Sydney FC is a club with such a proud history and they want to make finals. What is the morale? What is the conversation with Ante like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not getting the wins like we want, but he's staying steady. He believes in us. No matter what noise comes from the outside, I do know that he believes in us and he's putting 100% into us. The morale is still high. I mean, we're playing better football. Yes, we've had some results that weren't the best and that we need to get over, but we're getting better each time. Practice is looking better. We just got to finish. And once we finish, we'll start showing the Sydney FC that you guys know and love, but we just got to get some results.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. It was a pleasure watching you this evening, and good luck in getting those points that you deserve and want. But thank you so much, Heather, for chatting to us.
Thank you so much.
And we'll take a look at the way the Ninja A-League ladder looks after this fixture. Melbourne City still top of the table. Canberra United closely by. That win, so important, as I mentioned. Newcastle started in 9th, and that moves them to 7th on 13 points. Western Sydney Wanderers still languishing at the bottom of the league table, but we are getting closer to this leaderboard, looking a little bit more consistent with the amount of games playing. And Got a few more games coming up. Newcastle Jets, quick turnaround. Melbourne City, Friday night. Western Sydney Wanderers to take on the Brisbane Roar. Adelaide United taking on Melbourne Victory. The original derby, that's going to be a fun one. Canberra United taking on Wellington Phoenix. And then to close it out on Sunday, Central Coast Mariners taking on Perth Glory, who have been in a good run of form at the moment. But it's been a fantastic evening of football. Charles Lancaster closing it out with a thunderous strike. I have been Pure Frimpong. Thank you so very much for joining us here at Leichhardt Oval, where it finished Sydney FC 1 and Newcastle Jets 2.